This video is going to be a full removal of the pump and drive shaft for, if you're changing your pump or you have problems with your impeller or whatever. The first thing you want to do, well, I should say this is a 93 GTX. Sorry for the paint. I didn't do that. That was somebody else. First thing you want to do is, not every Sea-Doo is going to have this reverse mechanism here. And if you don't have that, then great. But if you do, first thing you want to do is put the Sea-Doo in reverse. Take a 10mm wrench like this and remove the 10mm bolt on that side. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the steering cable linkage, just 10mm on the bottom, 10mm on the top. Just hold it from the bottom and remove that. After you have your steering linkage loosened, you're going to want to loosen your 4 13mm hex nozzle connectors. Now that you have your nozzle off, what you're going to want to do now is empty the oil out of your nose cone here, thrust cone. That's going to be a messy job. Really just loosen the hex bolts, 3 hex bolts, and then pull this off. Be really careful. I would pry the bottom up first, try and drain as much of the oil as possible. Alright, at this point you want to get a 17mm socket and remove the 4 pump housing screws. Bolts. I'll just use 2 extensions like this. That works well. Alright, now at this point you want to get in here and remove your baler pickup tubes, as well as this black hose here, which is actually your water send. It sends water to your engine, so you want to take those 2 off. Very important to take those 2 off, otherwise if you try and take the pump out with those on, you're going to run the chance of snapping some of these fittings here. Okay, so this next step is I've actually got another video of this online. That pump is held on there very, very securely from the factory, and you will not be able to just pull that off. What you need to do is you take a 2x4, and I've measured very carefully the width of 2 holes here. Sorry, get that out of there. Okay, you put these through these holes, and you're going to thread it through the 2x4 across the rear of the hull and thread it into the top of the pump like this. These bolts here, these are just regular bolts, from whatever, Home Depot or Right. You can clearly see the drive shaft, so you should be able to grab onto that and pull it out. You see this Sea-Doo is missing its intake grate. Don't know why. But yeah, so next thing is to take out the drive shaft. Okay, so at this point you can inspect your impeller and pump and drive shaft. Drive shaft, you want to check, this one is in pretty good condition up here. Some rust down here, which makes sense. But I probably going to clean that up. And to be honest, I'm going to reuse this drive shaft. And your impeller and pump. This impeller looks to be in really good condition. The clearance between the wear ring and the impeller is just a little bit, just dirt there or whatever, but it seems to be really good, and that needs to be a really tight tolerance to get the pump to work properly. Some rust in here. Yeah, so I mean, general condition seems to be pretty good. Turns well. I don't feel any weirdness in the bearings or anything like that. So I'm probably just going to clean this up and then put it back on. And put some new oil in, paint it up, and just give it a general spruce up there. And yeah, so that's how you take the pump off of a Sea-Doo and drive shaft. And you watch one of my other videos right now, I'm going to go further and take the engine out, because the reason why I actually took this off in the first place was to take the engine out. So yeah, stay tuned.